Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I just logged on, and I think we may have a problem. I did not put this here. Welsknight, your castle has been booby-trapped. This is a warning. Stop taking all sides to confuse the people, and hey, never sail under the flag. Never sail under our flag again. Hashtag Viva LR. So, this has gotta be Iskall and Ren. The revolutionaries on the server. Apparently they've booby-trapped my castle? Let's clear this away. We'll have to tread carefully for a little while. And they're mad that I'm flying under their flag. I'm not flying under their flag. I don't know what they're talking about. They uploaded a video that was like this propaganda video, right? It was Viva la Revolution. And it had all this like kind of pseudo-communist stuff in it, and then I uploaded a video that was very different. I uploaded a video called Vive, not Viva, Vive la Revolution. And I think it's actually La Revolution, or something like that. This is what their video was called. This is what my video was called. They're not even the same language. Theirs was in Spanish, mine was in French. How are people getting confused? I don't know who could possibly get confused by that. I'm not associated with their revolution. I have my own revolution. I have the revolution of the people. But apparently they booby-trapped my castle? I'm looking for like tripwire hooks, pressure plates, buttons, trappy things? Anything? No? I'm looking. I don't see anything. Did they legitimately booby-trap it, or is it just a sign there to psych me out? I guess we'll have to be kind of cautious. Let's head down to our storage room. Make sure that was this pressure plate here before? Okay, I think it was. I'm pretty sure I put that there. I don't know. Oh, just kidding. Upside down. Oh, no, stop it. There we go. They say my castle's been booby-trapped. I don't know. I'm not seeing any booby traps. But no, I'm not part of their revolution. I'm not a communist. I'm not a commie. I don't espouse those ideals. No, my revolution is a very different revolution. The revolution that I'm a part of is not theirs. We are not associated, and I don't know where people would possibly get that idea from. As I said, the mottos of our two revolutions aren't even in the same language. How are we supposed to be part of the same revolution if we don't speak the same language? I'm just saying. I don't see anything, though. I think we're okay. I'm not seeing any, like, tripwire hooks or anything like that. I'll have to be kind of careful and keep my eyes open, but I think we're good. I'm looking around. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll have to see. But I'm sure if they did actually booby-trap the castle, I'm sure we'll come across it as we continue to work on building said castle. So I think what I want to do to start today's episode is I want to take some of these pillars. I've changed my mind. I don't want these pillars here. I want to have like an arched ceiling. So let's go ahead and get rid of these. Like so. And we'll do the same over. Okay, so they did booby-trap my castle. There's TNT. That was definitely TNT. Did Castle? It wasn't wired up to anything as far as I can tell, so that's good. Did they hide TNT all around my castle? Is that what happened? Okay. Now I'm a little concerned. This was an unnecessary act of aggression. I'm just saying. I had no quarrel with Iskall and Ren. None whatsoever. We even had a common enemy, but I was not part of their revolution, and I don't know why people would think that. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna be finding TNT all over my beautiful castle. This could take me a while to find it all. If I ever find it all. If it's just hidden under, like, random blocks. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Okay, well, you know what, Iskall and Ren? Message received loud and clear. You don't want to be allies. You don't want to unite against a common enemy? That's fine. I had nothing to do with your revolution. You had nothing to do with mine, but now you've decided to make an enemy of the people and the people's champion. Well, I guess I'm going to look for some TNT for a while. All right, guys, I am back, and I'm on my camera account right now because I want to show you a couple things. A lot of time has passed since the last clip. There was a live stream and many hours, and I've kind of changed the plan as for what I want to work on today, but let me show you the stuff from the live stream real quick. So in the live stream, we put in this floor and this ceiling up here, and in the grand hall, we put in this this arch, this pillar that supports the upper ceiling and stuff like that. I've decided that given that there's a war brewing and, you know, TNT, it's like a weapon of mass destruction, right? It's a nuclear deterrent. If we have more TNT than everybody else, then maybe people won't mess with us so much. So, in order to make TNT, we need gunpowder. I'm also really tired of not having gunpowder for elytra rockets. I also want bone meal, all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to make a mob farm in today's episode, and that is why we are in the camera account, because I've started to kind of dig it out, and I want to show you the perimeter, and this is a lot easier to show with the camera account. So, first of all, as you can see, I spent a lot of time. This is probably 3 hours of lighting up caves, just running around and lighting up caves so we can get good spawn rates. The surface is not lit up, but that's easy. It's a lot easier to light up the surface than it is to light up caves underground. So the mob farm is going to be right here, which happens to be centered directly underneath this tower. So our AFK spot is going to be right up here. And that will put us at the right height as to where we want to be, and all that kind of good stuff. You can see right here, this is about Y level 124. And we need to make sure that when we are AFKing, we are within 128 blocks of the killing chamber. Otherwise, stuff will despawn as it falls down the killing chute. Okay, so this farm, some of you will recognize this farm. This is the same mob farm that I built in my single-player world, Kingdoms. It was designed specifically for me, actually, by a guy named Nembon MC, who is a fantastic technical YouTuber. If you enjoy the technical side of Minecraft, I highly recommend you check him out. He does some absolutely mind-boggling stuff. He's one of the type of people that like dives into the game's code and deciphers like the really kind of not so obvious mechanics of the way that Minecraft like functions and comes up with some really cool stuff. So I'll put a link to his channel in the description. This is a mob farm that he actually designed for me. I sent him a message on Twitter and I said, "Hey Nembon, I'm trying to come up with a mob farm for my single player world. Got any recommendations?" He said, "Send me a world download and I'll make something for you." I was like, okay. That was not what I had been expecting, but he's a great guy, and he actually did that for me. And this mob farm works fantastically well. It's very simple to build. I mean, it's a little bit of a grindy process, as, you know, realistically, as any good farm is. Any good farm is kind of grindy to build, but it's easy. It's just grindy work. It's mostly just digging. There's not a lot of difficult stuff here. There's very little redstone. I mean, realistically, guys, when it comes to the redstone, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. I am horribly incompetent when it comes to redstone, and I can do the redstone for this farm. So if I can do it, you can do it too. But basically what we have here is a 21 by 21 diamond, I guess you would call it, right? So it comes out here, we've got a space of 3 blocks on the sides, right? On the edges, and then a kind of a diamond shape. And what we're going to have is a big hole that's this shape going all the way down to here, and that's where our spawning platforms will be located, between that section. Then there's going to be water streams that carry them into a 5x5 hole right here. All right, guys, I am back, and we've got a big hole dug all the way from there to here, and then a 5x5 drop chute going all the way down, basically to bedrock, okay? Now, here's the deal, okay? This that we're standing on right now, this is Y level 38. The hoppers are going to be at Y level 6, right? 1 level above where bedrock starts. So it's a 32 block drop from here down to there. And the reason we're doing that is because that'll make sure that witches, we're not going to get a ton of witches spawning in this farm, but any that we do get will fall down and die with any witches that we do get. And witches, we won't get a ton of them, but a little bit of glowstone certainly could be useful. Same with, you know, the other stuff that you get from witches as well. So, yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this in just so we don't accidentally fall down the drop chute as we're doing this stuff, okay? And then we're going to start putting in some of the platforms. I'm not going to do all the platforms on camera, but I do want to do the first one. So let's grab a crafting bench. Let's make some stone brick slabs. There we go. And then from here, the middle, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 4th level, we're going to start a little platform. That'll be where the first platform starts, like this. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? And these will each go out 7. So there's our first spawning platform. Now, we're going to go find the middle, which should be right here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and on the third block, oops, messed that up. Here we go. So on the third block, we're going to make another spawning platform. So there's basically going to be a 2.5 block gap between the floor and between each platform. All right, guys, I am back, and we've got our 9 platforms. Ooh, almost didn't make that jump. We have our 9 platforms in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. 8 of them will actually be spawning platforms. The 9th is where we're going to put our redstone bits once we get to that point. And then I've added a little row out here. This is going to be essentially the redstone line for our on-off switch. Remember that right through this wall over here, this is our storage area, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that redstone output, or I suppose you'd call it an input. We're going to take that redstone line and run it over here. I'm going to have to get rid of the nether wart farm and the collection area for this mob farm where all the items are going to go. They're going to go into an item sorter right around here, actually. And right next to where the item sorting system is that'll take all the drops, we'll have a lever to turn the farm on and off. Because if the chests are already full, and if I've got tons of drops, there's no need to have the farm running. Yeah. So the next step is going to be, we need to get our observers and dispensers and all that we need to get the redstone-y stuff in place, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a dispenser right here facing up, and it's going to go like this basically the whole way. And then directly underneath that, we'll do an observer facing down, okay? So if you're looking at the arrow on the side of the dispenser, that's going to be facing down, okay? And we're basically going to do that the whole way down. Dispenser facing up, right underneath it, observer down. Dispenser up, observer down. You guys get the idea. Okay, so we have all of those in, all right? So that's taken care of. I'm not going to put water in them just yet. We'll get there. But let's get up here. And let's just pillar our way up. I am going to need to replace the... Ooh, we missed a dispenser. Good thing I caught that. That would have messed everything up. Anyway, let's get up to here, okay? And we're going to run our redstone line basically like this. And this will be what powers the whole thing. So let's get out our fancy brand new redstone box. Let's put a stone brick here. And temporarily, let me just put a little slab right there. Okay. So we can get to the side. I'm going to put a torch over here. That'll be fine. And then what we're going to do, I need a comparator, which we're going to put like so in subtract mode. We'll grab ourselves a ton of repeaters, a little bit of redstone dust, and then I need a lever as well. So let's go and just run a piece of dust like that and put it attached to a lever, okay? That way we can test this and make sure it actually works. Then we'll go here. Oh, that's a comparator. Just kidding. I meant repeaters, okay? And we're going to put this going out like so. And we're going to set all of these to, please, to the maximum delay of 4 ticks. So this is like a super basic little clock, right? A super basic little timer. Right here, we're going to go dust, dust, and then we're going to come back the other way. Like this. And what we should see when we connect that in, when I flip this lever, you can hear all the dispensers fire, and then it's going to come back around, and once it hits this spot, it's going to stop, and that'll fire all the dispensers again. And it's going to work all the way around. Now, these dispensers down here do not have water in them, but if they did, they would all be going off right now. So now we can turn it off, because right now I don't need it anymore. Okay? So that's basically the redstone. That's it. That's all the redstone. I will have to run this redstone line, but we'll get to that. So now that we know that this works, right, what I'm going to do is... Where are the rest of my stone brick slabs? I thought I had a lot more than that, but maybe not. Okay, whatever. You know what? We'll just make a few. There we go. Okay, so that all works. I've got all my water buckets. We have the thing turned off currently, so that's all good. Let's grab our stone like this, and then we're going to put water into these dispensers as we work our way down, okay? Also, don't put a water bucket in the top dispenser and make it go off and destroy all the redstone that's up here. Don't do that. Okay, now, when we get this farm running, right, we don't want there to be any spawnable spaces up on top of the mob farm for spiders or anything else. I have a bunch of wool, pink carpets, and I have a bunch of this ugly colors of wool that realistically I'm not going to use. So I'm just going to coat the entire top of the mob farm the mob farm platform in wool. So that's basically done. Obviously the thing's not turned on, but everything is good. So now it's time for us to head down and work on the bottom of the mob farm. This is going to be the collection, the killing chamber, the collection area, all that kind of good stuff. So let's clear this part away. There we go. And then the first thing is, did I put them in here? Yes, the first thing we want to do is put some signs like this. Okay, now, next step, and I do have feather falling, so I can survive that fall, but mobs will not be able to. So the next step is, well, do we want to do that now? We might as well. So let's put ice around the edges like this, because this is good. This is where we're going to get our actual water stream, right? It's going to melt and or be broken. There we go. So I can just kind of work my way around, destroy all that. That is going to break all of our torches down here, but none of the areas will be spawnable while we're working because they'll all be covered in water. But you can see how this kind of comes out just over the edge. That's what we want. And that also means that no matter where the mobs fall into this pit of doom, they'll land on water and they'll get carried over here to the edge, which is exactly what we want. So, this is good. This is a good thing. Basically, at this point, the mob farm is ready to go other than the item collection. I don't think there's anything else I need to do in here. I'll want to bring those walls up so it's completely dark. When we activate the mob farm for the first time, it's going to break all the torches on the spawning platform. So that should be good. But we do need to get this little section over here all sorted out. All right, guys, I am back, and we have ourselves a layout. I've got it figured out. So right through here, this is our storage room, right? You come down these stairs through this doorway. This is going to open up into this room right here, which will have our collection area. We're going to have 7 chests stacked 5 high. Okay, so we'll have room for all sorts of drops. Our item elevator is going to come out right here. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to run the hoppers and stuff, the collection hoppers, over to this section. It's actually not far, if you think about it. It's only a short ways, but they're going to pop up right here and go over that way. Hopefully I'm not going to run into any weird issues with, like, the ceiling being too, like, running into the overworld, because I'm not super far underground at this point, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. So let's make sure I've got tons of hoppers, and I do, so we're good there. I've got torches. I think we are in good shape, so let's just jump on down here, pretend we're a mob for a minute. And there we go. So the mobs will fall down here. Now, I think I need to go, let's see. I need to go this way and this way. Okay, that's easy. So let's go like this. And down here, we can put torches on the walls. There's no reason that, like, this light is not going to affect spawn rates up there, but it'll prevent mobs from spawning down here, which is good. Let's grab out all the hoppers, and we're going to run the chain that way, okay? And then we'll feed these hoppers. Hey, come back. Hopper placement can be kind of a pain sometimes, but there we go. And we'll do the same over here. So all the hoppers will essentially feed... Oh, hi, shulker box, you're in my way. Will essentially feed into the middle, okay? So then we need to go until we hit 37. which is this block that we're standing on. Let's just put a torch here and here, because as I said, this can be lit up. It doesn't make a difference. And then we need to go to right here. And this is where our actual item elevator is going to be. So let's go back into our redstone chest, grab a dropper, and we'll just put that right there to mark out, hey, this is where the item elevator goes. Okay. Then we'll finish off this row of hoppers like so. There we go. So any drops will go this way. We've got torches down here to make sure nothing spawns. I could cover these with carpet as an alternative, but this will be fine. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make our little item elevator that we made. Same item elevator that we used for the cactus farm, actually. So let's just go like this. Grab that. I'm just going to put a torch here for the moment. And let's put a stone brick here. I need one repeater and one comparator and a little bit of redstone. And we're going to have you like that, right? Why? Huh. Okay, maybe it's because... Well, we'll sort it out in a minute. It's fine. Okay, so we do that. We'll put a repeater here, no delay. Put a block here, and a block here, and a redstone dust there. Ah, there was stuff in it. I did not realize that those were in there. That would explain why it was lit up. Okay, got it. Makes sense. And then we will just fill in all of these blocks. Let's just double check and make sure that works. And it does. Good, good, good. Okay. So that part is good to go. The item elevator is functioning perfectly. So this is all good. Doesn't look like there's going to be any spawnable areas down here at all. So then we just need to actually get the item elevator itself in place. And I think for this, I'm going to use stone brick, just so I know, hey, this is the item elevator. This is an important thing. Don't accidentally break it. That's my plan. And we'll just make a little pillar around this. Like so. Beautiful. And then we'll work our way up. And there we go. All right, so item elevator is in place. Now, if this is working properly, if I chuck... let's just chuck some stone brick down there. If I chuck 6 stone brick down there, it's going to take a minute to get all the way through the system. But what should happen is after a short while, we should see that stone brick popping up right here. That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, in the meantime, let's get these chests where we want them. And we have slabs up here, right, so that these will actually open. So we're going to go regular chests, trap chests, regular chests, trap chests, as we do. And hopefully I'll have it. I think I'll have enough. Yeah, I will have enough. We'll be fine. There we go. And then this would be regular chests. Like so. And those will all open the right way? Yes, good. And there's our stone brick. Awesome. So the item elevator worked. All the items came up where I wanted them to come up. Good, 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 good. That's very, very good news. Okay, so basically what's happening, right? The stuff's going to come up the item elevator, which is behind this little wall. It's going to hit the ice and start going that way. Once it hits the soul sand, which is where the chests are going to be, it'll slow down so that the hoppers have a chance to grab all the items, because hoppers can't pick everything up instantly, right? So here's what we're going to do. We need to do a little bit of an item sorting system. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 And then here, do I have more hoppers? Yes, I do. Then all of these will be facing back the other way. And this one could actually be kind of tricky to place, because that one's supposed to go down, and you go there. There we go. Because these first 5 are going to be the ones that are sorted. Okay? These are the ones that we're actually going to be sorting items. These ones are going to be essentially overflow rows, right? Anything that doesn't get sorted. So that would be like your rarer drops, spider eyes, glowstone from witches, things like that. But the first 5 over here will be stuff that actually gets sorted. Okay? Now, we need to do the redstone-y stuff. And this is where this is probably like the most difficult part of the project for me, because I'm terrible at this sort of thing. But that's okay. Let's finish putting in the hoppers. We'll just run those all down and into their respective chests. Oh, not you. Okay. There we go. So, each of these rows just runs down into the chest. Good. Now, what we need to do is here, this can go away. This whole wall. It's weird building in an area that's like the remnants of where you started. It's a little unusual. It takes some getting used to. But anyway, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need to do any redstone-y stuff over here at all, because this stuff isn't sorted. Okay? So then we'll go 2 more like that. And then I need to get up there if I can. Let's clear a little more space for me to work, so I can actually like get around up here. And that should be fine. Yeah. Good. Okay. Now I need some comparators, and we're gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna have trouble placing those, aren't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. There we go. And then we'll go redstone dust coming out the back like so. We'll grab some more stone bricks. And right here, we're going to do more redstone like that. Then down underneath, is it this one? I can't see. Yes, underneath this kind of middle row. So it kind of forms like a T shape, right? Under there, we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 redstone torches, just like that. Then we need, you know what? I should have done, you know what? I'm going to have to come back and do these. I did those out of order. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the sorting system, by the way, is optional. You don't actually need to do this if you don't want to, but it makes life so much easier. Grab some repeaters, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So that's all set, and now we can do this row of redstone dust. Like so. Beautiful. So that should work. However, what I need to do to finish off the sorting system is I need to get some non-stackable items. So I'm going to have to rename a bunch of things and then get the right number of items into the hoppers as well. So like if this is going to be for string, I need to put the right number of string in there. I don't remember the number. I think it's like 41 off the top of my head, but I'll have to look for sure. So let me get some work done there and then I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I think I've got it all sorted out. I've got this switch installed, so when we flip this lever, the mob farm should turn on. What I did here, I just used zombie flesh, renamed it to filters. There's an annoying bug, by the way, in 17W06A where you can't rename a stack of items at once. You have to rename them one at a time. It's super annoying. But anyway, I did a stack of those, or I made 20 filter zombie flesh, put them in here, and then 41 of the various items that I want to have filtered. So what should happen if I toss a bunch of different stuff down there, right? If I toss all of this down there, like so, we'll just toss it down, let it do its thing. It should flow up here and start going into these chests once the system properly activates and all that kind of good stuff. Am I out of food? No, I'm not. Okay. Or maybe that's my backup. It doesn't matter. Either way, let's just see. It should end up in these bottom chests. Okay, so that one, string. Yep, that's where it should be. So now that seems to be working, let's flip the lever and let's just take a peek. Whoa. Yeah, we get little lag spikes when the dispensers all fire, which is unfortunate. But we're just going to kind of keep an eye on it. Make sure it's all working. It does seem to be. Now, some of the mobs aren't going to spawn when we're this close because we're not far enough away. But it seems like it's working. So now, let's fill in these bits to make it completely dark in there. There we go. I think that's good. Then we'll fill in that, like so. And now this should be fully functional. Like, this should be essentially done. We need to decorate this room a little bit and make it look better. But it should be working. And it should be working quite well. Let's actually leave that. So now I think we should probably light up the outside and then do a little bit of a test and see how well this thing is working. All right, guys, I am back. So the area outside, I know this is going to trigger some of you, but it's all lit up. The torch spam is real, guys. Don't worry, the torch spam is only temporary. Remember, this whole area is going to become a castle, a city, and we'll have everything within the city lit up properly without the use of torch spam. We'll have hidden lighting, we'll have street lights, we'll have buildings with lighting inside, etc. But for now, this is what we got to do. So in the time that it took me to light up the area, which was maybe, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes? I'm going to guess 30 minutes, something like that. Because let's see, I went through 2 nights, basically. So that would 20, yeah, probably about 30 minutes, I would say, is about how long it took me to light up the area. And then I AFK'd for another 15 minutes up at the tower. And this is what we have for drops. We got over 4 stacks of bones, over 4 stacks of string, over 5 stacks of gunpowder, bunch of arrows, bunch of zombie flesh, and some miscellaneous stuff and things. So I'm gonna say the mob farm is working. Now keep in mind, a mob farm like this, any sort of mob farm that you're not using spawners, is not gonna work as well on a server when there's other people online taking up some of the mob cap by mobs that are spawning around them in caves and stuff, as it would in a single player world. But even still, if this thing is running, well, I'm just around the area building, or if I AFK overnight, which is what I'm going to do tonight, we'll have tons of resources. We'll have so much gunpowder. I mean, I'm not going to go through gunpowder that quickly or string that quickly, etc., etc. So this will definitely suit our needs and our purposes. This room needs some love. The room is definitely in need of some decorating and stuff, but still, this is a beautiful thing. And this is really going to help us in a lot of ways over the course of this season. So I am about 10 to 11 hours into this one video. I was hoping to have a Kingdoms video out actually today as well, but that's not going to happen. It is currently about 3 in the morning where I am, and yeah, it's been fun though. These are the types of projects that are well worth it and really satisfying when you complete them. You know what I mean? Especially for me. Like, I don't do a lot of technical stuff, and finishing something like this is just super satisfying. Unfortunately, though, I am very much out of time for this episode, my friends, so I am going to have to call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.